But the issue is that we are really talking about mental health today with Bell Let's Talk Day on this Tuesday, February 12th. And we have seen so many different factors leading into this. And so it's wonderful that we have Brian Doyle joining us from Doyle Salewski. And to be perfectly honest, finances can be a massive stress to the family, stress to the individual, and that can lead into so many other factors as well. And you've seen that a lot.
Very much so, leading cause of divorce. And we have a study done by Carleton University on our website talking about how it affects children and the family, and how, importantly, over a period of years, it can cause dissension and effects on the children.
This is something that, you know, we're talking about denial, we're talking about speaking out and finally saying the words there, I'm depressed, or I'm having issues, or this is what's going on. The same needs to be said when you're in financial difficulty.
That's right, because of the inherent stress effects on yourself and on your relationships with your family, your friends, your employer. And all of this can be taken care of, but people carry this on needlessly for long periods of time. And some of the worst words I guess I hear is from people, and they say to me after spending an hour with us, they say, I didn't know that. I wish I'd come to you 2 years earlier. So that means for 2 years they've carried this burden needlessly. They should have at least sought some professional advice to find out what their options were. And
do you find that this is, you have seen individuals coming in knowing that where this stress started from affected their work and their family and their marriage, and then the depression and everything sets in?
That's right, and there is a solution. We get many thank you letters from grateful clients who have been through our process, and we've helped out. Some with as little as a phone call. Some have got to come in and, you know, we assess their situation and there's recommendations we can make, and others we have to put through a process as like a consumer proposal, which can relieve the stress immediately for many people.
What is that process like? Because you said, you know, you can spend an hour and a half with an individual, and it's like they walk out the door a different person.
Well, it's like turning on a light switch. All of a sudden they realize that there are options and that they can deal with this problem that they've been facing for so long. Denial is human nature, right? I mean, we all suffer this issue where we deny the realities, but if you lay the facts objectively on the table, there are remedies, there are opportunities to get through this and get on to what you really want for your life.
I'm gonna go on the opposite side. You've been in the business a long time. You've dealt with so many people in different situations. So we're talking how you know, stress and, you know, financial difficulty can actually lead into this depression. Have you ever found from the other way that people are in a certain depressive state, or things are happening, and therefore for some it's spending, it's different ways of dealing with it that they find going the other way, that it leads to financial difficulty just from the state that they were in prior to?
Yes, I mean, that's finances leads to depression, we know that, and stress. And you know, my wife and I recall last June, we're dealing on the telephone with a lady who was about to kill herself. And thankfully we talked her out of that, and we actually did a proposal for this person. And she left me a voicemail on my home phone number at Christmas time, just saying, I'm doing really well and thank you very much. It was great to hear. But this was a lady who was at the point of killing herself, who now is a contributing member of society and is actually happy.
And it was based on making a call, of making a call to say, I'm at a crossroads, I'm at an end, and I really need help.
And I need help, that's right, I need help. Please give me help. You're an advisor, you've got the expertise. And of course, though, we have this warning. There are those out on the internet and those who advertise debt settlement companies who will just add to grief. They're deceptive, and they do not help the problem.
I think that was a big thing, and especially too on a lot of the Ask the Experts that we've done with you and Paul, that we've understood exactly the business and what is being done.
They prey on the weak and gullible, and unfortunately, it's part of what we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. There are scammers out there, and avoid them.
Great information. Thank you so much for coming in. I know it was quite the trek from Armprior this morning.
It was.